Guys, the market is going down, but that's a cool thing. So in the previous content I have posted, like a few months ago, I shared that it was a good time to accumulate BONK around that zone, right? I have just kept the drawings I've made, right? I say, yeah, that's a good zone here. Of course, not a financial advice. And I said, yeah, it's going up, and at some point we're gonna take profit. And so yeah, basically it went up, then down quite a lot, right? It's been an impressive drop, and then went up. I took profit of all my BONK spots above 0.0035, so above here, so on that zone above. So kind of like nailed a good top, right? Shared it publicly. And let's say my position was like $10,000 on BONK, let's say. I opened a short of 20% of that size, right? Because I was like, okay, it looks topish. And everybody started to talk about BONK on Twitter of like, yeah, it's the new pump fund or whatsoever, I don't know. And I don't think it's going that way. So I sold my spot bag, short it. I think I will close my trade because it looks in 1 hour that the sell pressure is a bit like slowing down, and the order flow that I have a bit harder to read on BONK looks a bit like the sell pressure will slow down. Spot looking to have some traction. So it's been a very great one. And once again, market dropping is an opportunity. Keep that in mind. The goal is to make dollars off this market, and and be careful about trading. Really especially on short selling. I've seen some guys, like losing a lot of dollars on the run up on many coins because like the leverage is too big, or because they are entering like some short position too fast, and then they are adding too much in terms of risk, right? So for example, me, I added like 20% of my bag on my spot bag, as a short, because that's the thing. When I short sell, I'm comfortable in. So let's say I had like for every so like when I short, I size 5 times less than when I long, right? Let's say in average, even worse, on some coins where I have a bigger conviction. And you want to short one point and wait, a bit. Like I see too many guys, like they start to short like too early, and they add, and then they have a squeeze, and then they are down, or they get liquidated, right? You should not do that. So be cautious with trading, be cautious on leverage, be careful to who you listen to. Most of the guys, they are retarded, when they trade on crypto Twitter and so on. Some guys, why not having some setup with some stop loss and everything, but you have a lot of weeks in crypto. So I'm more like a guy managing my risk, and I'm like, when I open a trade, I know like what's my risk limit, I would say, and I can't get liquidity. When I see the screenshot on Twitter of like guys opening up a trade here, and like they have the liquidation rate here, and they are like in cross, they're not in isolated, and they have a liquidation rate like 20% above. I'm like, bro, like you are just gambling, you are not trading, right? And we keep seeing that. So keep in mind, stay safe. But only advice I would have, not fun product, but only advice I would have is like, be careful on the risk, be careful on the leverage. I think we saw some crazy big liquidations on the long side when we had like some cool pumps, right? So yeah, be careful. Otherwise, then you will just be liquidated and lose money, right? It's not the time to lose money. Q4 is going to be explosive. So stay safe, and feel free to drop any comments on like some stuff you want me to explain about trading. Could be like an indicator, could be order flow, could be on the specific coins whatsoever. And cheers, guys. Feel free to like, subscribe, share to your friends. Always a pleasure, and take care.